Patrick Zimlick. Patrick was born in Mobile, Alabama on September 12, 1942, to Edwin Joseph and Hildred Wright Zimlick. He graduated from McGill Institute, a Catholic high school, in May of 1960 and was admitted to the University of Southern Mississippi on a work scholarship. In 1964, upon graduation from Southern Mississippi with a Bachelor's of Science degree in Business Administration, and was commissioned as a second lieutenant, Military Police Corps. He graduated from the United States Army Military Police Basic Course, Fort Gordon, Georgia, and the United States Army Airborne School at Fort Benning, Georgia. His first assignment in 1965 was as a platoon leader, security platoon, 82nd MP Company of the 82nd Airborne Division. He led his platoon on a deployment after only 16 days in the unit to the Dominican Republic to quell a revolution in that country. His next assignment was as company commander, C Company, 385th Military Battalion in Karlsruhe, Germany. After 19 months in command, then Captain Zimlick volunteered for Vietnam and was deployed to the Provost Marshal Division of 1st Field Forces, Vietnam, a Corps-sized headquarters located in Quang Tri 2 Corps Technical Zone of South Vietnam in 1969. The country was divided into 4 core technical zones. His duty position was Provost Marshal Operations Officer. In addition to normal MP operational duties, enforcement of discipline, law, and order, his specific duties included prisoner of war officer responsibility for the oversight and supervision of the flow of enemy prisoners of war from 3 prisoner of war collection points located at the bases of their 3 technical combat units. Security officer for 2 Corps Technical Zone, G3 Security Inspector Team within each combat technical zone. All key and critical installations were designated, and this team conducted a week-long on-site inspection twice a year on each installation. There were 8 key or critical installations designated for 2 Corps Technical Zone. The base camps of 3 technical units mentioned above, the Field Force Headquarters and all support units, Camp McDermott and 2 headquarters, 7th Special Forces Group, and U.S. Air Force's bases at Quang Tri, Cam Ranh Bay, Pleiku, and Quang Nam in 2 Corps Technical Zone. Captain Zimlick's specific responsibilities as team member included proper security background checks, identification and control of all local national employees working or entering these installations for any reason, inspection of vegetation-free clear zones 50 yards from the perimeter fences and protective lighting surrounding the entire base camp, internal security of ammo supply points, petroleum, oil, lubrication for tank farms, and general physical security of the entire installation, and most importantly, all local nationals wore a United States Army Vietnam Standard Identification Badge on the outside of their outer garment. Fortunately, during his tour in Vietnam, Captain Zimlick was not wounded in combat, was exposed to Agent Orange. That was related to cancer he developed a few years later, but overcome in following surgeries. After Vietnam, following completion of MP Officers Advanced Course, Captain Zimlick was selected for a 2nd Company command, the 546th MP Company, Fort Sill, Oklahoma, where he also served as Assistant Confinement Officer at the confinement facility and PM Operations Officer and Deputy Provost Marshal. After Fort Sill, he was assigned to command a 3rd Company, the 524th MP Company at Fort Shafter, Hawaii, and after promotion to Major, was selected as Provost Marshal at Fort Shafter, Hawaii. After Hawaii, he was selected to attend the Command and General Staff College at Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. While attending the CGSC, he enrolled in and completed a master's degree in administrative justice at Wichita State University. Major Zimlick was next transferred to Readiness Group at Fort Dix, New Jersey, to qualify in his alternative specialty, Adjutant General Operations, where he became an advisor to the National Guard and the United States Army Reserve units in a tri-state area. While assigned there, he also became Chief of Combat Service Support Division. Next, he was selected to be Provost Marshal, 2nd Armored Division, and moved to Fort Hood, Texas, and was soon promoted to Lieutenant Colonel. During his 3-year tour, he deployed with the division to Germany on exercise Forager, Return of Forces to Germany in 1982. Lieutenant Colonel Zimlick was next selected for battalion command and assigned as Commander, 2nd Battalion, United States Army Correctional Activity at Fort Riley, Kansas. Following battalion command, he was picked, based on his recent prior experience, by the commanding general, 1st Infantry Division, to be the G1 for yet another Forager exercise in 1986. He was subsequently selected for the Senior Service College and attended the United States Army War College at Carlisle Barracks, Pennsylvania. After his War College graduation, he became the Secretary of the Joint Staff at United States Army Forces Command, Fort McPherson, Georgia, which at the time was the DoD's newest joint command, and shortly after arrival, there was a promotion to colonel. His final active duty assignment was as Inspector General, the IG, 5th United States Army, Fort Sam Houston, Texas. After spending 5 years as the IG, he retired and on 1 August 1994 assumed the position as Director of Army Instruction for Northeast Independent School District, San Antonio, Texas. His awards and decorations include the Legion of Merit with Oak Leaf Cluster, the Bronze Star with 3 oak leaf clusters, the Meritorious Service Medal with 3 oak leaf clusters, the Army Commendation Medal with 3 oak leaf clusters, the Army Achievement Medal with 2 oak leaf clusters, the Vietnam Service Medal, the Republic of Vietnam National Campaign Medal, and the Outstanding Civilian Service Medal. He also earned the Senior Parachute Badge. Throughout his life, he sought to contribute to the communities where he and his family served and volunteered as assistant football coach, football official, baseball coach, Cub Scout master while assigned at Fort Shafter, Hawaii, baseball coach, Leavenworth, Kansas, secretary of the Golf Advisory Council, Fort Dix, New Jersey, merit badge counselor, District Scout Committee, co-chair, Youth Services, St. Mary's Parish, and member of the Golf Advisory Council at Fort Riley, Kansas. In 1985, while serving at Fort Riley, he was recognized as Military Volunteer of the Year by the City of Junction City, Kansas. He is a longtime member and past president of the Alamo Heights Rotary Club and was the chair of 2 important community service committees, Meals on Wheels and the Hurricane Shelter Committees. As a member of the St. Anthony Catholic Church, Patrick, a longtime lay Eucharistic minister, delivered communion to homebound church members as well as weekly Mass. Colonel Zimlick's hobbies are golf, fishing, and hunting. Colonel Zimlick married his college sweetheart, Sandra, on August 18th, 1963, in Biloxi, Mississippi. They are the parents of 4 children. They are the grandparents of 8 grandchildren, and their granddaughter, Leah, made Pat and Sandy great-grandparents, and Elka and Evangeline Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Zimlick.
First of all, let me thank you, Jerry, Mr. Bray. I'm humbled by receiving such an award. And I also want to thank all the participants that made this possible by all this embroidery, because they are truly beautiful. I don't know how many of you in San Antonio listen to the WOAI morning show, but if you got anybody in here that listens to you, today is Red Friday. My message is to you, Red Friday means remember everyone deployed. And on Red Friday, you're supposed to wear something red. I got a little red on my tie. So what I want to do is remember everyone before we come back. And thank you for your attention and thank you for your attendance. One other person I want to recognize is Dr. Tony Clark, the photographer right there in the middle. Wayne was my last boss at the Northeast School District and a true friend. Thank you, Twain, for attending.